This is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling, with what's worth watching in wrestling this week. For the end of May and beginning of June, that week. Everything from AEW Dark Elevation on Monday to the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, which was last night. Let's go ahead and get into it. It's an interesting week to look at because there was not a lot to see, honestly. Like AEW Dark Elevation, it was a very short show. And yes, Mercedes Martinez defended the Ring of Honor Women's title, but she's been doing that on the regular. In fact, just piling up wins on these Dark and Dark Elevation shows. But that's not really worth seeing. There's just nothing on Dark Elevation worth seeing, honestly. Raw, there was nothing for the go-home for Hell in a Cell. I'll say this, Hell in a Cell was one of the best pay-per-views that WWE has put on, premium live events, in quite some time. Overall, definitely exceeding expectation. But boy, nothing about this go-home would have led you to believe that. AEW Dark, definitely worth checking out. Anthony Ogogo against Carly Bravo. Great to see Carly Bravo have a really good match with Ogogo. Worth checking out. NXT, the show itself, meh. In Your House, I'll say Carmelo Hayes against Cameron Grimes for the North American title, which Carmelo Hayes won. Fantastic match. That's the one you want to check out at In Your House. As for the lead into it, again, oh boy, I don't know if anybody does go-home shows worse currently than WWE overall. Dynamite, that MJF promo that everybody's talking about, definitely needs to be checked out. The opening six-man was good, but not something I would openly recommend. But the Ruby Soho and Toni Storm against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter match shows how far along the AEW women's division is coming, and it's definitely worth watching. On Impact, everything was at least decent, but nothing was truly exceptional. Impact has the most consistent show out of everybody, but that doesn't mean there's necessarily a standout great match, though usually there is, but not always. And this week, not always. New Japan, it was really good again. It was okay, but nothing that I would recommend. SmackDown has become maybe the worst show of the week. And this was no exception. A terrible go-home show. Rampage, really that whole show worked. And Rampage has been going through a bit of a slump lately in the last few months. So it was great to see. The Athena with those wings that I love so much that I talked about on the Platinum Pinfall. You should be subscribing to my Patreon if you aren't already, so you can see all those day by day. Her match with Kiera Hogan I thought was really great. Bucks and Lucha Brothers can't put on a bad match, and they certainly didn't here. And Scorpio Sky looked phenomenal with Dante Martin. And then Punk's announcement as well, very significant. So Rampage, strangely, I think is your best show of the week. Though the MJF promo carries Dynamite almost by itself, honestly. Hell in a Cell, boy, of course, Cody and Seth is what everybody's talking about. Cody wrestling with that pectoral injury. Phenomenal, great stuff. But I gotta say, it was perhaps bested by that Asuka, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch match. Boy, they got everything out of that thing that they wanted to. It was a tale of two different kind of shows, either shows with nothing going on or truly phenomenal stuff. Hell in a Cell, definitely great pay-per-view. So that's great. There are some things to see that are definitely worth watching. And this has been Stephen Platinum with what's worth watching in wrestling this week.